It's the NFL on EA Sports as we are in the inner harbor of Baltimore at M&T Bank Stadium. The two teams emerging from their respective tunnels a minute ago to the approval of this Baltimore crowd. They're all set as their Ravens will match up with the Baltimore Ravens. Justin Tucker set to boom this one away. And off we go from M&T Bank Stadium. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much. It's the NFL on EA Sports as we are in the inner harbor of Baltimore at M&T Bank Stadium. Here's a scene a short time ago. The Ravens introduced to this sellout crowd, and through a sea of pyrotechnics, out they came from the tunnel. We're set to go as the Ravens get ready to match up with the Baltimore Ravens. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And no run. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to First Energy Stadium here in Cleveland, Ohio. The folks here in Cleveland, even though all the down years, have never stopped supporting their hometown guys, and we got evidence of that a moment ago as the Browns made their entrance. They are ready to do battle with Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This fielded at the 2. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
With 18. Get that quarterback, D-line. Get that. Box it. Get that quarterback. Roll.
Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. It's a gain of 12, and the Packers have the first. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. A big run there by Jones. 57 yards on the ground. So he nearly took it the distance, gets him down inside the 10 for a 1st and goal.
I'd love to be in his head right now, because is he rewarding himself for a great run, or is he kicking himself because he didn't get all the way to the goal line?
319. Come, baby. 26. 319.
Now Rodgers. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward. Well, not a good omen there. His first throw of the afternoon, intercepted.
And I know what the fans are thinking right now. I hope there's not negative thoughts in his head going forward, since that's his first throw of the game. But one of the things I remember about him coming out of school is he's able to wipe things away pretty easily and move on.
Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Check.
A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. And he will lose yardage on the play, back at his own 19-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
Point it right.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 19-yard line.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 1.
A first carry now for Nick Chubb. And he's going to have the 1st down, yardage to the 35. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. A good pickup of 6 there on 1st down.
Hey, alert!
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
They go with Chubb on 2nd down. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4.
It's now 3rd and 4.
Put it. 180. To the mic. Watch the curl. Alert. Real.
Now with a play clock at 4, we're going to get a timeout called. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Set. 20. Real. Got nothing to that. Blue draw, Porker. Switch it.
On 3rd down, it's Nick Chubb. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. Losing 4 yards that time, and now it's 4th down. Oh, a big decision here early. Look at this. They're going to go for it on their own side of the field.
Hey, exit. Hurry.
On fourth down, they snap it to Mayfield. Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off by Darnell Savage. And it's a terrific return here as he's going to have him set up with a first and goal right at about the 6-yard line.
This interception will go on the record of the quarterback, but as a receiver, you've got to understand where you are in the field. Middle portion, you know it's going to come in hot. Square your body to the quarterback and be ready to make the catch.
Suddenly, it's first and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. Now Jones. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be second and goal. They'll try again with Jones. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. He lost 2 there, and it's third down.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness, think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guys. You might want to try throwing it.
They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes third and goal.
22.
To throw is Rodgers. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this first quarter. The offense stays out there. A big challenge here from this far back, but they're going for it on fourth and goal. Rodgers going to go on fourth down. And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. Allen Lazard there to make the grab, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. Crosby connects on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. And he is out of bounds here on the return. The Cleveland offense ready to go. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 the score as they start first and 10. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. Well, partner, let's put a bow on the Super Bowl for Kansas City. What a comeback win. Yet another come-from-behind victory for Patrick Mahomes and company. An absolute heartbreak for San Francisco.
Didn't Madden predict Kansas City would win the game?
Yes, 35-31, I believe they predicted.
I felt like most of the predictions I saw had the game in the 30s, so a little bit lower scoring than we expected, but a lot of fireworks down the stretch, all by Kansas City. But how about San Francisco? Had the lead in the ball, under 12 minutes to go, and held Kansas City to 10 points through 3 quarters. And somehow they're winging their way back to San Francisco, trying to understand how they lost that game.
Yeah, not only did Kansas City win it, but they end up winning it by 11 points. They didn't see that coming at all.
180. Up, left. Hey, check 24. Watch 24. Watch out.
A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
He's brought down at the 37-yard line. It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
Mayfield hands it off to Chubb. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up third down.
X3. 218. Chop. Right back.
They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. It's a gain of 10, and the Browns are going to get a first down.
That's how you get right up off of the mat, because on the last play, they stoned him in the backfield and dropped him for a loss. But he's the type of guy that scared me a little bit because he's not daunted. Just got right back up, showed some confidence, and picked up a first down with his very next run.
Set, 180. Pistol, pistol, pistol. Watch the clock, motion, clock. Watch that.
2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action. An opening for Chubb on first down as he dashes forward for about 7. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. A 13-yard touchdown run as they are now on the board here in the first half. And there you go. Nothing really too complex. Block, keep to your assignments, let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking, beats good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
So up comes Mayfield as his guys will go for 2.
Watch time, watch time. Tight end rush, tight rush.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. So what do you think the mindset was there? You can tie it with a PAT here first half. Why go for the lead right now?
The old school mindset says if you have a better team, you just go ahead and continue to try and dominate. There's also a school of thought, if you don't think you're quite as good, you have to try and take advantage of opportunities. And finally, I just think this is analytics coming into the game. Someone saying the more you go for 2, the better your chances are of actually getting them.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have 3 timeouts at their disposal as well. So that changes everything that you're doing here. Without those timeouts, you can only work the sidelines, hoping to get out of bounds.
And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, Packers. Jimmy Graham, 75 yards. And the Packers are able to strike quickly for 6. Crosby with the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. Inside of a minute left in the half. Does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do, or I guess don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is who I've got running my football team out on the field and the weapons around him. Can he make a play? Can he get into someone that we're going to trust to take care of the ball? If that's the case, I might push it a little bit here and try and get something before the half runs out.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14.
Hey, alert, 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 alert.
From the gun, it's a give to Chubb. A good play there as the Browns strike for 16 and a first down. Well, CD, a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but, man, his first step is so quick, too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, but also when you run those inside runs, he can get into the secondary so fast the linebackers don't have a chance to react.
Pressure comes, and down goes Baker Mayfield. The Browns will quickly use their third and final timeout as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Mayfield to throw it, eluding the pressure right. Got an open man, it's Ratley. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. Now, that player was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
First down, Mayfield. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And that is caught one-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in. They'll get 34 yards there. So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. Mayfield, back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. He was trying to go back to Beckham there. And now it's 2nd down. So on 2nd down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. Seibert able to knock this one through. So, yes, they'll still be down going into intermission, but the deficit is now made even smaller, very manageable.
Yeah, and if nothing haywire happens here in his last couple of precious seconds, they will go into the locker room with a nice bounce in their step, having gotten a little bit closer on the scoreboard.
So they touched it before it went 10, and that's obviously not going to help their comeback bid here in the 4th.
No, not at all, and they're trying to get something going after one there, but you've got to give yourself a chance. Let it go 10 before you touch it.
He can't hang. He's not going to get me. Box it.
A final shot before half for Rodgers. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we've come to halftime in a 5-point game. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. The Cleveland offense ready to go. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's a gain of 10, and the Browns are going to get a first down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Mayfield now. He'll buy some time right. Now on the run. He'll throw it back. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Throwing back across his body. Adrian Amos with a pick. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Bravo. Reset. Mike. Watch the
So after the INT, it's Rodgers. Out of the backfield, this is Aaron Jones. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. It's a gain of 12, and the Packers have the first. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful you're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Tackle made by Demarius Randall. They'll go again to Jones. They follow up the first down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2.
Watching that play unfold or watching him complete it brought back memories of doing all those pursuit drills to make sure you don't over-pursue and let a guy get a cutback lane on you. He did that very well.
You praised him on tape yesterday for the angles that he takes to the ball. Took a great angle right there. And the line to gain here is the 37 on third down. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And he can only get this to the 42-yard line. And that is not near enough. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a fourth down. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. They're going to line up to go for this on fourth down. Rodgers stays on the field. Rodgers to throw for it on fourth. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Terrence Mitchell.
That was a really nice interception. I think it illustrates the differences between playing man and playing zone. When you're in man, all you're focused on is the receiver in front of you. But when you're in zone, you're allowed to read the quarterback's eyes and go to the ball. That's exactly what happened on that play.
180!
Tight on this side, boys. Tight on the left. Tight on the left. Move. 3 down, 3 down. Hey, check, check. 3 down, 3 down. Eyes on 85. Eyes on 85.
A run for Nick Chubb. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. Continues to be a struggle for this offense and this home crowd. They're growing a little restless here in the second half.
And I think they've just got to look at how they're trying to move the football. Yeah, you want to run it, but maybe you spread it out, maybe some swing passes that can take the place of runs and give you a little more space.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. He was trying to go back to Beckham there, and it's third down. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up fourth down.
Even though positive yardage was gained on that play, I think the defense has to be happy. Obviously, they were prepared for some trick plays coming into the game, and they looked very aware that those could happen on any given down.
They failed once in this spot earlier, but the offense will stay out to go for it on fourth down.
3 down, 3 down.
Hey, orbit.
Undercross.
Mayfield to throw for it on fourth. And that is going to be incomplete. Jair Alexander that time able to knock that one away. So they've gone for it twice now on fourth down in this game, and both times unsuccessful.
I wish we could hear the headsets now between the head coach and the offensive coordinator. Now that they're 0 for 2, if they get into a third situation, head coach might say, hey, you got anything for this one? Might get radio silence back.
Then he will finally be taken down, but how about that play? It's a big one on the final act of the third quarter. And we're back now here in Cleveland. It's Packer football here as they've got the lead as well to begin the fourth quarter. So first and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
So they get pushed back to the 11, and here's second and goal. Now Rodgers to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks for those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by Justin Burris. He's at the 50. 30, the 20, 10, and he'll score. Touchdown, Browns. This game, it's been defensively oriented on both sides, so I guess it stands to reason that the play of the game comes on defense.
So it's my kind of game. You know that.
That's
Anytime
right.
we have a defensive battle, but that, as you said, it stands to reason that's the way the game tilted. Someone had to make a big play, and the way the defenses were dominating, that's exactly what we got.
All right, now a big two-point conversion attempt still to come.
Joker. Pistol. Real. Check 26.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And last time, decent field position through the pick six. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right? Good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position and not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
And all the way down to the 35. And he will be taken down, but not before he gets this to the Browns' 35-yard line. So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. Rodgers now to throw. The connection made. It's Graham. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. So second in inches after that first down completion went just shy of the marker. Rodgers on the money to the tight end, Graham. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 14 yards, good for a Packer first down.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. Denzel Ward right there in coverage to get the hand in.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
Now left side on the swing pass. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. Only a yard there. Sniffed out well defensively, and it brings up third. Fourth quarter, 2 minutes on the clock in a tight one-point game. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. They face a critical third down now, needing a score here in the late going. And again, it's Rodgers. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ballgame.
A 36-yard attempt.
And the 12-year veteran knocks it right through. And they have taken the lead here in the final 2 minutes. Big kick right there to give them the lead in the fourth, but there is still time left for a final drive.
Did they score too soon? Post-game will tell us, right? Depending on what happens on this drive, that's how we'll analyze it. If the other team scores, they scored too soon. If they somehow hold on, they've managed the clock exactly right.
The Browns drive about to get started. And on that last drive, went for it on fourth, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on fourth down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a third and about 4.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
He was trying to go back to Beckham there.
This is one of those plays that could go either way, but we've seen the influence of the college game now in the NFL, where we're seeing more and more of these plays run, and that one went for a big gain.
And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Alpha.
Check. 42 for Mike.
He'll look to throw. It's caught by OBJ. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. A good pickup there for the Browns, 15 yards. Mayfield brings him up 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. He's back to throw. He finds his target, Beckham. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
It drives some people crazy to see those short throws underneath. They've got to find a way to gash the defense downfield.
And this one is going to just tuck into the bottom left corner as he gets it to go. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. Well, a little drama there at the end, but really this thing was already decided. The late points get scored, and then it ends on the kickoff.
And I'm right there with you, partner. At the end of the game, they knew what they had to do. Just make sure you don't cough up the football at the end. Just take care of it, and victory was theirs, and that's exactly what they did.
That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter @EA Madden NFL. It's a win for the Browns, and they're happy in the dog pound as we say so long from Cleveland.